ويحب أن يكون مظهره حسنا قالوا يا رسول الله إن رجل يحب أن يكون ثوبه حسنا ونعله حسنا فقال الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم إن الله جميل يحب الجمال. وهذا الرجل عندما يذهب لقاء مع أصدقائه يظهر أحسن ملابس، وعند مقابلاته الشخصية يلبس أحسن الملابس، بل يريد أن يكون مظهره أحسن على أحسن هي. وعندما يأتي للقاء والوقوف بين يدي ربه المناجاة في صلاة فلا يبالي بأي رداء يرتديه، بل يلبس أرث الملابس، وهذا عين التناقض. والله سبحانه وتعالى يقول يا أيها الذين آمنوا خذوا زينتكم عند كل مسجد. يرى بعض المفسرين أن هذا يعني البسوا أفخم ملابسكم عند الصلاة. ويؤيد هذا القول حديث الرسول صلى الله عليه وسلم من كان له إزار وإدار فليستزر وليرتدي فإن الله حق أن يتزين له، الله سبحانه وتعالى. فهذا عين التناقض. Brothers and sisters, in this khutbah I have chosen to talk about some of the inconsistencies and incoherencies that occur in our day-to-day lives as Muslims. Some of which are, we find that a Muslim, subhanallah, he is so immaculate, very respondent when he is dealing with his people, with humankind, with his respondents, with his mates, teammates, so forth and so on. He is punctual, you find him everywhere. He fulfills every obligation. He is ever present. And that is very good, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala warns that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allows that, but commands us that to do that. But don't forget, this is just among his people, his friends. But when you come to fulfill the requirements of what? As-salah, the obligations that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made incumbent upon us, then he is found lacking. He does not attend to salah, for example, on the appointed time. And when he does approach salah lackadaisically, with no enthusiasm, as if he does not care at what time he offers the salah. This is about salah. With Hajj, this person has been blessed with so much capability, al-istatwa', to perform the Hajj on time. But he chooses to embark upon travel across the oceans, or across the deserts, all for the sake of tourism, without yet performing the Hajj. Do you see any inconsistency here? Yes, this is inconsistency, incoherence. It can lead to hypocrisy. In the first ayah, Allah is saying that, oh, who believe, oh, you, those who believe, oh, believers, why do you say that which you do not do? It is enough abomination in the sight of Allah that you do say what you do not do. So it's a covenant that we have with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We have covenant with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, amana, ahad, that we are going to perform salah so that we shall be rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. But we fail to do that. It's a major inconsistency. And step by step, all the inconsistencies can land us closer to the territory of hypocrisy. Not only that, we also see a kind of inconsistency concerning our own appearance, that we appear before people. Bisaliqati insan, human being, whenever he wants to get too closer to his people, in the midst of people, in congregations and so forth and so on, in his interviews, he loves to appear in his best shape, very well. He makes sure that every clothing is ironed. He's very much obsessed with the way he looks. True or false? That is the truth. But he wears the best of what? Of his clothing, because he's sharp. He wants the comment to be that, brother, you are sharp, you are immaculate in your dressing. But that's not bad. Our Rasulullah was asked, mankind, human being, everyone wants to appear. It is natural. It's natural for everyone to appear very good. That is fine. But not at the expense of not appearing good in the presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In his hands is the dominion and the sovereignty of all the heavens and the earth. You appear before him and you don't care how you dress up. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in the Quran, O Bani Adam, O children of Adam, just be your best, very best in every salah. In every salah, be your very best. So our Rasul supports this ayah by saying that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala أحق أن يتزين له التزين لله سبحانه وتعالى أحق بها أحق بالتزيين أن يتزين الإنسان يتجمل لربك. Let us decorate ourselves, put up our best clothing in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, endorsed by our Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. For example, in the Sunnah, today is Jummah, our Rasul has chosen for us the best dressing as white, being white clothes, for example. Very good. But that is maybe not easy for some of us. That is fine, alhamdulillah. It's just a Sunnah. But when we are coming, let us make sure that we are approaching at the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We come in the best of appearance, of thought, so that we are rewarded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the rule of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So these are some of the inconsistencies. And these inconsistencies are not limited. It may be more than that. But we need to draw attention that in our lives, based upon the ayah, in the shadow of the ayah, why do we say things that we don't follow up, that act upon? Might constitute a major conflagration that will wipe out the entire edifice of our being and our faith. May Allah forbid. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن نهجهم بإحسان إلى يوم النشور. أيها الأخوة المؤمنون، من المتناقضات أيضا ما تلفت أنظارنا بلمعانها أن الرجل إذا أهين بكلمة جارية في شخصيته وكرامته وعرضه يغتاظ غضبا شديدا ويبدأ مراجعة صاحبه في الكلام حتى يطمئن قلبه وتهدأ نفسه. وعندما يسمع استهزاء أو استخفافا بحكم من أحكام الشرع أو طعن في شخصية نبينا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم نبي الرحمة إمام الثقلين فلا يتعثر، وإن تعثر فإن تعثره من طرف خفي. يقول أو ورد في حديث صحيح عن عائشة رضي الله عنها قالت من انتقم رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم لنفسه إلى أن تنتهك حرمة الله فينتقم لله بها. نعم، للإنسان أن يقوى إذا اعتدي عليه. يقول تعالى ولمن انتصر بعد ظلمه فأولئك ما عليهم من سبيل إنما سبيل على الذين يضلون الناس ولمن انتصر من بعد ظلمه فأولئك ما عليهم سبيل، ولكن بشرط أن لا يتجاوز الغضب حده، مع العلم أن ترك الغضب وكظم الغيظ وإيثار الاحتساب أجمل وأفضل وأكمل in the life subhanahu wa ta'ala. Brothers and sisters, Here is another form of inconsistency that might as well lead to hypocrisy. Very simple. This is very dazzling indeed. That any human being, anyone, who is insulted or defamed or have his reputation tarnished, it does not take ease at that. He becomes very angry. He's upset. He's provoked. And he wants to seek revenge. So the person who tarnishes his reputation or slandered him, it goes to him to seek redress. To seek an apology at least. Because he feels that his ego is deflated. That is for him. You cannot deflate the ego of a person. He doesn't take it light at all. He's unhappy. But the inconsistency here is that the same person, when he hears any mockery, any disdain or scorn of the word of Allah, of the law of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, or concern the personality of the benefactor of mankind, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he is not affected. He is not impacted. He doesn't care. The Prophet ﷺ, according to the report of Aisha, never took revenge for himself. But whenever the sanctity of Allah is attacked, or the sanctity of the deen is attacked, let alone our Rasulullah, then our Rasulullah will take revenge. Here today, as we see, we have been hearing in some quarters defamation exercise going on about the personality of Rasulullah. Some are defaming him, they are defaming him, making a mockery of Rasulullah. Now, they are committing a sacrilege, and not of sacrilege, against our Rasulullah, and for that matter, for the entirety of the Muslim Ummah. The people of the world must understand that you cannot insult or defame a prophet of Allah, let alone Rasulullah, who was sent as a universal mercy to the entirety of the whole world. You cannot make a mockery of him. So when you want to defend our Rasulullah, then you are meeting with obstacles. But we should care. We have to educate the whole world that you cannot do that. If it is your habit to defame prophets, not so in the deen of Islam. Because our Rasulullah, exactly, he said that he, according to Aisha, he will defend Islam, defend Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we are the ones who will be defending Rasulullah by teaching the entire Ummah that this behavior is unaccepted. They call it satire, hajr, satire. To satire, it is accepted in some areas, but not so in Islam. Islam is a peaceful religion. That's why Allah commands us not to insult other people who worship other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because they are going to insult you like a boomerang. It will hit you back again. Your insult will be dumped upon you. We are not to insult anyone because we are peaceful people. So this satire should not be directed towards Islam, especially the sanctities of the deen. So let us be aware. We hear people referring to the Quran as satanic verses, for example. This is unaccepted. It's also, they say it is a satire. And recently in a certain country, someone insulted Rasulullah in words that I can't repeat them. They are unprintable words. And when revenge was taken, there was a huge uproar, even among some Muslims, that why do you take revenge? revenge for Rasulullah, we have to understand that our Iman tells us that we should take revenge, because our Rasulullah, his personality is our attack. Yes, that you cannot attack the personality of your own mom and your own father. That is not what freedom means. So if people have their priorities wrong, they have their misconceptions, it is our duty to explain to them, give them insight into the true concept of the deen. And that there are areas that are no-fly zone. Because if you fly over them, we shall be hit by the anger of our Rasul, of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In another development, here is that person who accuses Muslims that their rule of law, their Sharia is archaic, it's obsolete. It is not good for us no more, even among Muslims. So where is the consistency? You see how we are showing the inconsistency, which is the topic of our khutbah, that it might lead to hypocrisy. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who knows what is hidden and what is revealed, what is before and what is then. And He has given us this Sharia, and He commanded Rasulullah, He said that وَجَعَلْنَاكَ عَلَى شَرِيَةٍ مِنَ الْأَمْرِ فَاتَّبِعْهَا وَلَا تَتَّبِعْ أَهْوَاءَ الَّذِينَ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Rasulullah, I have praised you on a path, on a law, on the Sharia, on the guidance. Follow it, and do not follow the whims, the desires, and the caprices of those who have no knowledge. They don't know. So in their ignorance, they attack you, they attack your law. It is unfortunate that you have even some in our fold that see eye to eye with them. So, our Rasul says that لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يكون هواه تبع لما جئت به. None of you shall be a believer unless his desires are in perfect agreement with what I have been sent with. Our Rasul was sent with what? With the Quran and Sunnah. Al-Quran and then the Sunnah. So the Sunnah is the second source of Islamic legislation, and it supports the Quran. So if you cannot believe the Quran or divorce the Quran from the Sunnah, so it means we are going to follow Allah's Quran and then the Sunnah of Rasulullah. So if anyone attacks the law of our Rasulullah and his guidance, it is not in the interest of Islam at all. It is a path that can lead to hypocrisy. And we have seen the result of the hypocrisy. إِنَّ الْمُنَافِقِينَ فِي الدَّرْكِ الْأَسْفَلِ مِنَ النَّارِ وَلَن تَجِدَ لَهُمْ نَصِيرًا. The hypocrites shall inhabit the lowest levels of the fire, and you will never find for them. You cannot get them a helper to help them. I don't believe that Muslims would like to be on that category with Fir'aun and others who inhabit the lowest depths of the fire. No, we cannot afford that. Is it out of ignorance? But what is happening to us? That we side with those who are attacking the principles of the deen. Are we dazzled or blindfolded by the claim to modernity or civilization? But Islam laid down, bequeathed to mankind the best of civilization. Our Rasulullah was the best, was the final of all that is good in the world for mankind. Why can't we embrace without even questioning, embrace wholeheartedly and holistically the method, the guidance of our Rasulullah? If we can do that, then we shall be in the good stand to offset and defend the defendable. The defendable is the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is it an irony? Is it not ironical that you fight for your own reputation but you mock at the reputation of our Rasul when he's been attacked. It's incoherent. So we are saying that may Allah save us from the pangs, the tribulations of incoherence and inconsistencies that might land us in the territory of hypocrisy. May Allah forgive us all. اللهم عاقبتنا في الامور كلها وارجونا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الاخره. ربنا اتنا في الدنيا حسنه وفي الاخره حسنه وقنا عذاب النار. ربنا ظلمنا انفسنا وان لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكون من الخاسرين. اللهم عاقبتنا في الامور كلها وارجونا من خزي الدنيا وعذاب الاخره. اللهم انك قلت قولك الحق ودنا سبيلكم. اللهم هذا دعاء منك الاجابه وهذا جود عليك التقلان. لا حول ولا قوه الا بك. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد ان لا اله الا انت نستغفرك ونتوب اليك. سبحان ربك رب العزه عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين والحمد لله رب العالمين.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمد رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
اعتدلوا تراسوا. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. ألهاكم التكاثر حتى زرتم المقابر كلا سوف تعلمون ثم كلا سوف تعلمون كلا لو تعلمون علم اليقين لترون الجحيم ثم لترونها عين اليقين ثم لتسألن يومئذ عن النعيم. الله أكبر. الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله أكبر. الله أكبر. الله أكبر.
Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before you go, as we always remind you, to give generously to your masjid. Remember, this is your masjid, so before you leave, please give generously. We still got the calendars for sale, and we still have the bottles, so before you leave, make sure you get a calendar. It's got all the Muslim businesses in it, so make sure you get one, inshallah. And also, I don't know if you all know this or not, but Scout Troop 2690 is from Uqbah, and it's the first Muslim Scout troop in Ohio. And we actually went and did service on all the Boy Scout camps, and we have Eagle Scouts that had came from this group. And the Eagle Scout is the highest rank that you can get in the Boy Scouts. So if you're interested, Abdul Aziz is in the back. He's got the applications. Make sure you take one of these applications if you have young boys and you want them to be in a program that's going to really do some good for them. Make sure that you sign them up for this, inshallah. And I guess that's it. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.